Hello, I'm Felicity Hayes-McCoy. This is my house in Ireland, and here is a taster of my latest novel, The Year of Lost and Found. Bowling along on the Vespa was something Aideen had missed since she'd had Ronan. The car and the tractor with its safety cap were okay for a baby, but she wouldn't take him with her on the bike. Travelling Finfarron's little back roads was a particular pleasure. Her sleeves billowed as the Vespa sped between the flowering hedgerows. Connor had had a bike too when they'd started dating, and she'd bought one after their trip to Florence, but his was now scratched and knocked about from muddy trips to bring down the cows for milking. But hers remained shiny and gave her a secret sense of sophistication. The girls who rode Vespas in Italy didn't look anything like farm wives or nursing mothers. They belonged to the world that Aideen had felt she'd entered when she and Breedeen had first opened their deli. Life had felt edgy then, full of promise in a way that had changed after she got married. Not that I'd want to go back to that, she told herself. But it's nice just to be me now and then, instead of a wife or a mum. She was looking out for a side road into the countryside when up ahead she saw a sign saying coffee. It was hooked under a larger sign that read Honey Bee Garden Centre. On impulse, Aideen glanced into her mirror, indicated, and swung across to the entrance, where two large urns spilled trailing begonias. It was evident that this coffee shop belonged in a different league from the garden cafe. Aideen sat down and with a professional eye admired the tables and seating, an assortment of the retail area's expensive garden furniture. She could tell that the customers here wouldn't find it extortionate. They were well-dressed ladies who lunched, probably with a glass of Prosecco, and who'd driven here from Cork or Carrick to pick up cushions for their garden rooms or plants for their barbecue areas. Aideen spun out her coffee for as long as she could, sipping it slowly and stirring brown sugar into the last half-inch. In fairness, she thought, you do end up with two decent cupfuls. Idly wondering where the coffee beans were sourced, she reached for the menu, but before she could read it, was interrupted by an accusatory bark. Directly across from her table, the Divil had appeared, in front of a panel of woven willow fencing, his paws squarely planted and his curved nails black against the granite paving. Keeping his eyes on Aideen's face, he barked again and sank back on his haunches, motionless except for the furry folds that waved like bunting at the tips of his half-pricked ears. And then Fury stepped out from behind the fence, hands in his torn pockets and his waxed jacket drooping to the top of his Wellington boots. His face was expressionless. "There you are, so. I didn't expect to find you here,"